Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Tonight at 10, neighbors are shaken up after 2 people are killed at a New Britain apartment complex. We'll hear from police about what happened inside that home this afternoon.
A wild scene in East Haddam. What happened when a small plane crashed outside the Goodspeed Airport.
And tonight, the murders of a 7-year-old girl and a 35-year-old woman. 2 crimes years apart, but tied together with one common thread. They're cold cases in one town, and their families want answers.
But we begin tonight with a weather alert. We've dealt with storms across Connecticut. Now comes that extreme heat coming our way. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Well, it's been a wild day of weather for many of us. Near zero visibility at some points as the rain was coming down in droves along Route 9 North, coming through the Cromwell area.
Yeah, but now our attention turns to the dangerous heat and humidity. The governor has ordered the state's extreme hot weather protocol to go into effect starting tomorrow morning, which means you can call 211 to find the closest shelter to escape the brutal conditions out there. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank has more on the heat and the rain tonight. Rachel?
Not only are we talking about a heat wave, but an extended period of heat that will go longer than the criteria needed for the title, longer than 3 days. But we still have showers and storms out there. No longer any threat for severe weather, but you could still hear a few rumbles of thunder, and the rain still coming down in droves right now in Wolcott and Southington. That's going to continue to move northeast. You're also seeing some downpours through Fairfield County, Monroe, Newtown. That extends all the way up through Heartland and the Notch by Granby. And we are watching, this looks pretty intense here, this line approaching Litchfield County. Nothing severe, but still heavy rain, some gusty winds associated with this, and more much needed rainfall. I do think that this line kind of grazes Litchfield County, and then it may end up lifting to the north. So here's how this all kind of times out. Notice as we head towards 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we've already seen much of this kind of swing through and come to an end. So I think by midnight, I think most of us are dry. Temperatures right now are in the 70s, mid 70s in the Hartford area, upper 70s in New Haven. My goodness, it just feels soupy out there today. You feel like you could drink the air. That's how much moisture is in there. Temperatures tonight are going to hang in the 70s, near 70 as we head towards daybreak. And then, yeah, there's no transition day to get you used to this. It is hot right out of the gate tomorrow. High temperatures around 90 and feeling even hotter when you factor in the humidity. And we're going to be settling into this weather pattern. We'll talk about how long the heat and humidity lasts. Your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. While some spots around the state saw some rain, it certainly wasn't enough to make a dent in the drought.
Yeah, and now Connecticut is heading for some extreme heat these next couple of days, as Rachel's been talking about. Fox 61's Alicia Machado is live in East Hartford with what you need to know to stay safe during this stretch. Alicia.
Hey, good evening, guys. A little bit of a drizzle coming down here in East Hartford right now. Nothing like what we saw earlier, but get ready for a change. You're going to want to trade those rain boots for sunglasses and swimsuits as the brutal heat and humidity ramp up. Cities and towns are preparing, though, by making sure that cooling centers will be open tomorrow. Summer in New England, bringing flip-flop weather to Connecticut this week. Rain and wet roads Monday, changes into expected hot weather Tuesday. Temperatures forecasted to hit the 90s over the next several days as Connecticut could see its first heat wave of the year. Governor Ned Lamont activating the state's extreme hot weather protocol Tuesday through Sunday. Local cities and towns preparing to open cooling centers and air-conditioned buildings for residents who need a place to cool off. East Hartford Mayor Mike Walsh says the city will have several spots ready for residents.
East Hartford does have 5 outdoor pools. We'd love to host you. It's a great way to cool off, great way to stay hydrated. But we also have some cooling centers. We use our public safety complex on School Street. Number 2, our senior center. And then finally, our public library.
Over in Vernon, the town is extending their pool hours until 8 p.m. through Sunday to help locals beat the heat.
Stay cool, stay in your house, watch for signs like dizziness. In the event that you believe you're suffering from some type of heat-related illness, your best course of action is to call 911.
And here are some more ways to stay safe in the extreme heat. Stay hydrated, wear lightweight clothing, and bring pets indoors. Also keep an eye on infants and children and check on your neighbors who may be at greater risk for heat-related illness. You could see just like that how quickly things changed just within the last 2 minutes. Bringing out an umbrella out here in East Hartford. But as we prepare for tomorrow, if you need help finding a cooling center located in your area, you can call 211. We also have a list of cooling centers on our website, fox61.com. You can also download the Fox 61 News app. We're live in East Hartford tonight. Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
All right, Alicia, thank you. And whenever severe weather happens in Connecticut, you can always turn to the free Fox 61 News app for the latest weather conditions where you live. Track the latest radar conditions, get the hour-by-hour forecast, and get live weather alerts and breaking news sent right to your mobile device.
And right now, 2 people are dead after a double homicide in the city of New Britain. One of the victims was found outside an apartment building, the other found inside. Fox 61's Gabby Molina is live in New Britain after talking with neighbors who are obviously shaken up at this deadly shooting. Gabby.
Sarah, that shooting happened less than half a mile from the police department where we're standing right now. Police say that they were originally called there for a report of shots fired. When they got there, they found 2 victims who police say appear to have shot each other.
New Britain's a nice town, but I think it might just be like isolated areas that are just becoming worse.
A double homicide in New Britain, leaving neighbors feeling uneasy. People coming home to a crime scene Monday afternoon, as police investigated what led up to the shooting deaths of 2 men.
I'm actually pretty shocked, especially to have somebody die.
Police say they were called to 57 Walnut Street around 1 o'clock. When they got to the apartment building, they found a 33-year-old man from Rocky Hill lying on the ground after being shot. He died at the scene. A second man, a 25-year-old from New Haven, was found inside the building. He had also been shot and died later at the hospital. Police say they believe the men had gotten into an argument that turned violent and shot each other. Police calling it an isolated incident, but people in the area say they're becoming more and more common in their neighborhood.
It's been like this throughout the years I've been here, off and on.
Concerns over violence even prompting some to want to move away and take steps to keep their family safe.
We just try to live through, just stay up to ourselves and try to keep inside. We don't bring our kids out.
I used to love to come out and just like go for walks with my kids and stuff like that, but now it's like a little uneasy. I probably would drive somewhere else and get out and walk around than do it around here.
Learning 2 people had been killed just steps away, though, still surprising to neighbors.
My neighbors are friendly and kind, so who would have thought? It's unexpected and it's sad. It's a sad occasion.
Now, at this point, police have not identified either of the 2 victims, and they are still asking anyone with additional information about what happened to give them a call. Live in New Britain, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Gabby. I can understand neighbors a bit shaken up there tonight. Thank you for that report. We're following breaking news in Hartford, where state police say I-84 West is shut down right now because of several crashes in the area. This is happening in the area of exit 49. Take a live look there. Troopers are encouraging drivers to find another route to avoid this mess on the highway. We'll keep a close eye on this and bring you updates as we get them into our newsroom. Hartford police have arrested a suspect in a homicide case dating back several months ago. That deadly shooting happened on Franklin Avenue in February. 20-year-old Christian Feliciano was gunned down. Police say the suspect, 23-year-old Leonard LeBoy, was taken into custody with help from the U.S. Marshals. LeBoy is now charged with murder and other gun charges. We're learning more about a shooting this afternoon in the city of Middletown. Police say 2 people were shooting at one another from their cars in the area of Rome Avenue and Stack Street. It's unclear if the shots hit any of the vehicles involved, but police say 1 bullet did hit the door in the Amazing Grace food pantry on Stack Street. Thankfully, no one was injured in the shootings.
Well, new tonight, take a look at this scene over the weekend. The FAA is investigating a small plane crash at the Goodspeed Airport in East Haddam. First responders rushed to that scene late last night when the plane came down. 2 people on board were brought to get themselves out of the plane. They were able to do that. Officials say they only suffered minor injuries. Well, new at 10 tonight, a Virginia company has been ordered to pay over $137,000 in the deadly incident involving a Connecticut worker that was crushed by one of its trucks. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Connecticut says McLean and Company Incorporated has now entered a settlement agreement in connection with the 2015 deadly incident. McLean was accused of paying a third-party company to create fake inspection certificates for its vehicles used to inspect bridges. Back in 2015, one of the company's trucks tipped over while crews were setting up for a bridge inspection on I-84 East near Park Road in West Hartford. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the company was accused of faking those inspection certificates and providing them to OSHA during their investigation.
Also new at 10 tonight, 2 bank robberies in less than 24 hours are now under an investigation. Both robberies are strikingly similar in nature. Friday evening, someone robbed the People's United Bank inside the Stop and Shop on Straits Turnpike. Police say the suspect had a hat and a surgical mask on. Take a look at the picture here. Police say a weapon was not used in the robbery. And less than 24 hours later, another incident happened inside a People's Bank, inside a Stop and Shop store. This one happening in Glastonbury. According to police, in this case, the suspect walked up to the teller Saturday morning, passed a note demanding money. Police say the suspect didn't imply he had a weapon. Again, the suspect was wearing a hat and a surgical mask. Now, police are not confirming if the 2 incidents are related.
We have